The reaction. There we are, Shaner.
There we go.
That took me a second. What's going on, everybody? Super last minute post game show here. Welcome to the Habs Tonight post game show, everybody. The Habs win 4-2, Shaner, against the Calgary Flames. This was super last minute, like I mentioned, but here we are. So thanks for jumping on, brother.
Oh yeah, I knew it as soon as I saw the second period. I was like, yeah, we got to do a post game, no matter what the result is. Like this game was something else. It's something we haven't seen so far this season, so we had to talk about it.
You got that right, man. Well, I haven't even had a chance to tweet out the link, so forgive me if I'm looking off camera for a moment or two as I let our followers know that we are jumping on live here now. Of course, a little bit delayed tonight, but here we are. But I'll let you kind of talk first, Shane. Just the second period obviously was feisty. We're seeing two games in a row with emotion from the Habs, which I like.
That's it. I mean, last game was pretty close, right? Didn't get the W, but tonight, like you said, it was all about emotion. We really saw it tonight, and every guy seemed to be involved. Every guy wanted the puck. Every guy wanted to win, and that's what made the difference in the end. A couple of standouts for me. Obviously, Suzuki with 2 points again. That's how many two-point game again. Like this season is nuts for him. So again, a goal and an assist. Very like the game-winning goal at that. Beautiful goal too.
Beautiful bank shot.
Gallagher also a goal and assist, 2 points. Hoffman with 2 points and Toffoli with 2 points as well. So, within those guys, that's our first line, right? Suzuki, Toffoli, and Hoffman. That's our first line, and
yep.
That's something we need out of our first line. Like we've been trying to move guys up and down, trying to find the right combination. Seems like we have it. These three are rolling, and I mean, defensively, I'm gonna give a quick shout out to David Savard because he has not had the greatest start to the season, but tonight was his best game in my opinion. He finished with a +1, 2 shots on goal, 2 hits, 3 blocks. That's what we need from him. And I saw him involved. I saw him, hitting some guys and shooting the puck. So I'm happy for him. I'm happy it's working a little, and it's just a fun game.
When he got the puck, I think it was second period, right? He shot it. I'm just like, oh man, he's not Shea Weber because like I'm just waiting for a wind up. Like, give me something. He's always just getting wrist shots on net, and he's getting opportunities. But Savard could have scored a few times this season. I think I mentioned this last post game or with the Nick, but I'm glad to see that he had a bounce back or just a better game. I was frustrated with him a couple parts of the game, but at the end of the day, it's washed away. Habs needed that 2 points and just a win for morale. They needed that win for a lot of reasons, and they beat a team like Calgary's no slouch. They've been playing pretty good. Mangiapane's a monster, especially in fantasy lately.
Jeez.
So,
not only that, I mean, Jacob Markstrom, right? He's had an insane start to the season. There's 4 shutouts already, and we got 3 on him.
Unreal.
So, pretty impressive stuff. Like to do it against Calgary is a big deal. I think we need to acknowledge Mr. Chiarot there with our first goal of the game. He is now tied. Imagine this. He's tied for most goals in the league for defensemen with Roman Josi and Aaron Ekblad with 4. Did anyone predict this? If anyone put some money on Ben Chiarot being tied at some point for most goals, well, congratulations, you're very rich, because I don't think anybody predicted that. We'll
Zero
take it,
chance.
We'll take it.
That's Zero chance. You know what? Yeah, like all this talk lately about trade rumors surrounding Chiarot, and who knows? I mean, by the time the trade deadline comes around, that could still be the case. Ben is definitely upping his stock value at this point, but we got to enjoy him while we have him, right? So it's hard to think about because early in the game, I was like, oh, he's pushing up the trade stock value. But I mean, again, we can't really focus on that right now. You got to let him enjoy his time there, and whatever happens sooner or later. But he is tied with all defensemen leading the league in goals. It's just pretty crazy. And I want to mention this, the link at the bottom, folks. If you want to jump on with us, please do come on the show. Send us an email to live@habstonight.com. We'd love to take first-time video callers. You can come on just briefly, just talk about the game, talk about your favorite moments in the game, least favorite moments in the game, anything at all. Come chat with us. This is a live interactive show for Habs fans. Dale Weiss, of course, our captain of the show, as many of you know already. But for those that don't, welcome. So continuing with that, Shaner, what did you like from the fourth line tonight? Pizzetta, Paling getting his first game back with the Canadiens. What did you think of them?
So Paling, the first stat that popped out for me, he was 71% in faceoffs. Insane. That's
pretty darn good,
amazing.
man.
That's what you need from a guy like Paling, and he had a good game. I mean, 2 shots, 1 hit, 1 takeaway, in 8 minutes. So kudos to him. I mean, he really showed out tonight, and he drew a penalty as well. Got a stick to the face. He was
Yep.
bleeding, so I don't really know
They
why
didn't
that
give him
was
the extra
not a
2.
4.
Yeah.
Again, the officiating tonight. I mean, maybe we can just get it out of the way because that was a big factor in the game, especially in the second after Galley's goal there. What did you think of that situation?
Man, that was a melee. I can't remember who the player was that checked
Good
Galley after
Branson.
he scored.
Good
DeBranson?
Branson, yeah. Good Branson.
Good Branson, yeah. And then
Yeah.
Toffoli, this is my favorite part of the whole sequence, is Gallagher scores, he cross-checks Gallagher down, then Toffoli cross-checks him and goes back to Gallagher, hey, keep celebrating. Keep celebrating like nothing happened. Like it was perfect, man. I loved it.
Yeah. Oh, Toffoli. I was so happy when Toffoli chucked him in the boards, but like the thing with the officiating, and it happened so many times last season. This year's been also a bit effy, but tonight was really front and center. Is like how easy the refs can lose a game. You know, they lose control of the game, and then it's just everything and nothing. I mean, things were getting uncalled and things were getting called that shouldn't have been called. I mean, Pedzetta's penalty was bullshit. Let's be honest. He did nothing there, but it went both sides as well. I have to be honest. There's a few times that we should have gotten penalties and we didn't. So in hindsight, like, you know, look at everything. We did get more power play time than Calgary, right? So we can't really be whining. We won. But I mean, that situation in the second with the Galley thing, that is not a 4-on-4. Okay. First of all, you got Tanev and Weidman who are fighting. They dropped the gloves. They don't call anything on that. Tanev literally went to the penalty box and was told to get out. I mean, if he thinks he has a penalty, then why doesn't he have? Like, I don't get it. But there's just so much wrong. There's so much that went wrong in that situation and the entire game. The refs just lost control. Thankfully, they kind of got it back in the third, but again, not a great outing for them.
It's just inconsistent all the way through. It's probably just how it's going to be. Like, there's just ebbs and flows to a hockey game, and how it gets officiated is based on not always just the rule book, as we know. It's just the ebbs and flows. How many guys do you take out of a scrum and call a penalty? But at the end of the day, like, man, Nick Suzuki leading the way. Dale alluded to this the other day, and I'm just going to say, I mean, Nick Suzuki next captain, I am not against it.
Listen, this year there will not be a new captain. Bergevin has already came out and said it. Weber is still the captain. And I mean, he's still kind of involved in the team. Like I'm sure he's messaging guys when we go out west. You know, we saw him in Seattle. Probably when we go to Vancouver, he's probably going to be there. So this year, there's no other captain, right? Give another year or two to Suzuki. That's like a Gabe Landeskog situation. You know, Landeskog was captain at like 19, right? Give Suzuki a bit more time, and like Landeskog's one of the better leaders in the league. So I'm with you on that one. But again, man, Galley makes a case for it too. What a game he had tonight, like leading the way, you know, leading by example. That's a guy I wouldn't mind calling my captain either.
Of course. So I think it's one or the other. Like, I just think it's very, very clear. And Suzuki's a lead by example guy, not a big vocal guy. Galley does both. Galley doesn't mind talking to the media, as we know. Weber hated talking to the media, which is fine, because anytime I knew when Weber was captain, he wasn't going to put up with any of the media's crap either, and he never did. So I love that part of it too. So Galley can stick with the media all day, keep the A on his chest. If he does get the C, I'm not going to be upset about it. But I want to shift over to this comment about Romanov. Now, this is a guy who's had some consistency in his game, Alexander Romanov, ladies and gentlemen. So I want to get your feedback, and by the body language, I'm thinking that you're liking his game too.
Oh my God. Six hits tonight. 6 hits, and not just like little hits. No, he was laying guys out again, like he's been doing all season long. And,
Yep.
you know, when he got scratched that one game, I was a bit iffy on that. I'm like, damn, you know, he's been good. Like, okay, a little bit of inconsistencies and whatnot, but like, he's still been good. There's other guys that I would cut before him, but it seemed to have like a really good impact on him. Like he's got fire in his ass. He's just laying everybody out, and he's playing good. He's doing the right plays in the final 60 seconds. We saw him get the puck out of the zone, like making good defensive plays, and that's what you need out of him.
I love this comment
I
from Nick.
love him. Love him. Yeah,
I love this comment from Nick. I had to put this up. It
good.
rhymes. I'm blind. I'm deaf. I'm an NHL ref. Oh my gosh. And Nick, classic. Classic. Mwah. We're gonna bring our first guest on. One of our regulars, I should say. Damen joining the stream. What's going on, brother? What's happening?
Going good. Enjoying the Habs activity, especially after this wonderful win.
Oh, you know it.
It was called for, man. Shaner texted me and was like, dude, we got to hit a post game, win or lose. I'm like, I'm in. So
let's run it.
Here we are, buddy. What are your thoughts on the game, my man?
It was a really good game, in my opinion. Everyone contributed into the game, even if they didn't put up points, especially Michael Pizzetta. I've been really liking the way he's been playing for us. He's reminded me a lot of Ryan White back when he played for us with the spark energy.
Whitey, let's go. We're going to try to get him on the show for sure. Sorry, go ahead.
He plays with a lot of energy, and he also drew, I think, Mangiapane, the real bread man's penalty in the second period.
The real bread man. I love that.
Yeah, because my friend's actually Italian, and he told me that Mangiapane means eat bread in Italian. So
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
I can confirm. I also have Italian friends.
Oh, I grew up around. I'm pretty sure I grew up in Little Italy in Niagara Falls. So I hear that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, man. What else did you like that you saw?
I really like that of Ryan Poehling today. He's someone who really stood out to me today, and I also hope that he can stay with the team after this stint if things continue to progress well. Like, I really liked him playing with Brendan Gallagher, and I hope that we can see Brendan Gallagher play with Ryan Poehling and Mike Hoffman maybe sometime this year. That was my mock third line for this year, and hopefully later on this year, that's something we could see happen.
Yeah, I mean, so who I'm asking you guys both this question. So who do you think will help, at least where the roster is right now? Who do you think the two best players are to help Ryan Poehling be the most successful going forward?
Take it away, Damen.
Okay, I don't put you on the spot.
I'll follow up.
Put you on the spot.
Oh, yeah. For me, I like Ryan Poehling defensively. Like he's pretty responsible at both ends of the ice, but I like his defense. So I think Brendan Gallagher would be a good player because like Brendan Gallagher does, of course, like move the puck up really well, I find. And also, I know Mike Hoffman isn't like the most defensively responsible player, but he is like really good offensively. And I think with Ryan Poehling's defensive abilities and Mike Hoffman's offensive abilities, I think that they can create more than they'll give up. And also if Mike Hoffman ends up maybe like, let's just say like doesn't back check out quickly enough on a rush, Ryan Poehling, will be there to be on the back check. And same thing with Brendan Gallagher.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So I personally think those two will be really good to get Poehling going.
Yeah.
Valid feedback.
Realistically, Poehling is in a weird situation because Suzuki is, the number one center, no question about that. And then you have Evans, who's been playing insane again, empty netters, fantastic game.
We'll take it.
The sick goal last game too. And then Dvorak is also playing well, not as much,
a little
flashy
quieter.
A little quieter, but still, you need him in your top nine at least. So then Poehling is just in that weird situation of you want him to play, but he's going to be playing with fourth line wingers, and I wouldn't really be moving him up to take like Evans or Dvorak's spot. So it's rough. It's rough, but if he can play like he did tonight, he's got a spot in the lineup. I think he's been better than Paquette has been. He's injured, so there's not really an option right now. But when he does come back, I think if Poehling's still playing like that, he's got a spot. And hell, I like him with Pizzetta and Belzile tonight. Played okay as well. But when maybe Cole comes back, I don't know what happens with that. Mathieu Perreault too is going to come back at some point.
Yep.
So there's options.
Yeah. We can't forget about the breakaway master Paul Byron as well.
Breakaway Byron.
Yes.
Let's go. Man. Get your shirt on habstonight.net. Any final thoughts before we wrap up there, Daminator?
Actually, no other final thoughts, but just a great game, and hopefully we can continue to get points as well against Detroit. Let's make this a 2-game winning streak, and we got 3 out of 4 points here, so let's get 5 out of 6 in these next 3 games.
I'm with you on that. Now, the only problem I see in Detroit is that Bertuzzi is actually going to be allowed to play because he's not in Canada. Yeah. So, Tyler Bertuzzi, my friends, don't forget that, guys. I don't know how
he's been a monster,
right? So, just throwing that out there. I'm not trying to put any. I'm all Habsitivity all the way, but I just wonder if it's how much of a different game it's going to be in Detroit's barn. So please don't look at me if anything bad happens in that game. I'm just saying. I know Nick is already shaking her head at me because, anyway, gonna leave it at that. But Damen, thanks as always, brother. Always love the insight, my man.
Thank you. Take care, guys.
Take care, brother.
Take care,
man.
Bye.
Damen is the man. He knows it too.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to come on, by the way, we still got about 80 or so of you guys watching. Thank you again for tuning in. We really appreciate the support in any way. Been releasing a lot of stuff lately. A really powerful episode, by the way, guys, that Nick and Dale Weiss just did the other day, talking about a lot of different subjects. It was over an hour. It's a full podcast episode that you can catch on our YouTube channel. You can also catch it on Spotify. We're on all platforms, but those two specifically, if you want to hear or watch, talks about Kyle Beach, talks about playing against him, goes into depth detail about, I think Nick asked him like 60 questions. So like there's a lot that you can catch by checking out Dale Weiss's latest episode. Dale's going to try to jump on once a week with us to as best as he can from Sweden. He's just starting to play again over there. So looking forward to seeing some highlights from the Dutch Gretzky himself, our boy. So you mentioned Perreault, you mentioned Byron Shaner. Should we touch on Carey right now as well? We got to give our shout out to the news that we heard yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before? Because I'm trying to think now. I think it was 2 days ago. But
yeah, I think it was.
But kind of shocking news for me. I was surprised to know that there was a substance use thing going on there. But I'm so proud of him for coming out about it. This issue is something that I've experienced personally in my own family. It's very, very hard. But I sincerely applaud Carey Price for doing what he did. Just gonna do so much good. We've said it time and time again, and I just think that from personal experience, I can say that I was extremely emotional when I heard that news. It's a long story, but I will say that Carey Price personally met with my family and really did something special for them at a time where Carey doesn't really know and the impact that he made. And one day, hopefully we can share that with him, but just really proud of him. And man, just one of a kind, that guy.
Yeah. I grew up with Carey, so he's been a hero for me. He's been someone I've looked up to and I've wished nothing but the best for him. I still do. Whatever is going on with him, it's none of my business. It's none of our business. It's his business. So let's leave it at that. Right.
For sure.
And I feel like I have to call out François Gagnon for what he has published following Price's statement, saying that he wanted more insight to the substance itself and shit like that. That's ridiculous. I'm not going to use the words that I would like to, but that's piss poor media right there. And that's completely what we're against here at Habs Tonight. We respect Carey's privacy. We respect his journey. We want him back healthy and happy. And that's it. That's it. We don't care about anything else.
Somebody had to try to get the scoop. It's Montreal, but denied.
Got to call him out. Got to call him out on that. That's bullshit.
It's warranted, man. When it's warranted, you do it, and that's the way it should go. We should be holding each other accountable. There's no excuse for it. And nope. Dale, as you guys know, is good friends with Carey. Has had a chance to talk to him one-on-one. We don't need to know the details. Some people ask us sometimes, like, "Oh, give us the end." No, Dale and Carey can have that between each other, and that stays there. And there's a reason that Dale and Carey are good friends, and it goes beyond hockey. Those are two people that I just think of when I think of my favorite Canadiens of all time because of who they are off the ice. But again, Shaner, you're right, and I support you in calling that out because somebody had to do it. So
yeah, but enough negativity. Let's get back to this game because so much good stuff out of it. I mean, I'm looking at the stats right here, and 54% in the faceoffs for the team, which is something we've struggled with so far this season. And tonight, I mean, 54 is pretty good. We saw, Paling with 71. Dvorak had 70%, right? Maybe his
like
plus
that.
minus hasn't been great. Like he finished
like
-1 tonight, but 70%. This is what you need from a guy like him again. Evans was 50%. Suzuki was 45, right? So still good numbers. And then in the hit department, 29 hits, right? Like I said, Romanov with 6 hits. Again, that's what you need. You need the guys to be involved. The emotion, that's what we saw tonight, right? Like the guys were angry. The guys wanted the puck.
Yes.
And they got it. Like, I mean,
Amen.
15 blocks tonight. That's something we've also struggled with. The guys don't sacrifice themselves like other teams do. I mean, you've seen the clip from Detroit, that sequence where every guy's just jumping in front of the puck, blocking the shots. That's what we haven't been doing. And tonight we did a little bit of that, right? We got in front of the puck. We really put out a team effort to want to win. And that's what I'm seeing right now. Like the score shows it, the stats show it. It's simple. You got to want it, and we haven't been.
You got to want it, and you're right, and it's starting to show. You mentioned a very key word there, Shaner, and I wish I would have led this show off with it, but sacrifice. Today, as we know, is Remembrance Day here in Canada. So just want to give a very, very heartfelt shout out to our veterans. To take a second here, we love you. We appreciate you. Every single year, Shane, I got to tell you that I've dug deeper into just the history of everything we went through to get where we are, the freedoms that we have right now to do this show, to talk to you, to talk to fans across the world on YouTube. Like this is a gift to be able to do what we're doing now. I know it seems like a small thing, but I try not to take it for granted. And we just want to thank our veterans. We love you. We appreciate you. Wish I had my poppy on, but it's in my heart. Let's just say that. And just wanted to really give them a shout out today. And they did a beautiful ceremony before the game. Of course, the Bell Center does the Bell Center, and they do it right.
The singer was fantastic. I mean, you got to hire that guy for the entire season. I'm sorry, but like he's way better than anybody else we've had. He's fantastic. So yeah, like you said, I think you said it pretty well there, Drew. We salute you all those who fought and still are fighting for us. We're thinking about you and we respect you a lot.
Yeah, to say the least. Oh,
yeah.
So news here on Jonathan Drouin, folks. He will be making the 3-game road trip coming up for the Canadiens starting this weekend. So just being reported right now on the Twitter machine. So Jonathan Drouin will be traveling with the team. Zach Fucale got a shutout, former Montreal Canadian. We had him for a little while.
Yes.
That was cool to see. Drafted by the Habs in the second round, 36th overall in 2013. Played his first ever NHL game tonight, Zach Fucale, with the Washington Capitals, shutting out the Red Wings. So great. Detroit's going to be extra pissed off Saturday. Thank you, Washington and Zach Fucale. So, but anyways, that's a side note for now. Just going to give, first of all, we thank you guys for commenting, by the way. We really like the comments. We really appreciate it. We wish I could put every single one of these up, but as Susie mentioned here, she's been a loyal follower. So thank you, Susie, for the comment. The team played well, and with heart, props to Suzuki. He looked great tonight. He's on my calendar right now. He's on my jersey right now. Nick Suzuki's a great kid. I've mentioned this a billion times, but I had the chance to interview him when he was in junior here in Niagara. He's a stand-up kid. And he didn't have to give me the time of day, and he did. So it just speaks a lot to the way you see him now. It's the same way he was 3 years ago. So Nick Suzuki, for sure.
Worth every penny. Worth every single penny.
Yep.
I stand by that contract, and I forever will. That is our number one center.
Yeah. I hope Jeff is onto something here. With Price and Edmondson, we could make the playoffs. So are the playoffs out of the picture for you still, Shane? Or are we getting too ahead of ourselves? I think we are, but I mean,
yeah.
When do you? Yeah, go ahead.
That's the thing, right? Right now, my mindset is game by game. I'm not thinking ahead at all because in the situation that we're at, it's not good to think ahead, right? Let's just take it game by game and see what happens. Because we're looking at the same situation that we've had for ever since I can remember, which is being a middle team. we're not bad enough to get the first overall pick. We're not good enough to get the Stanley Cup. We're just in the middle. We're in that gray zone in this circle, you know? It's a vicious circle. We're drafting middle players, being a middle team, drafting middle players. Like, it doesn't stop. So I don't want to think about that right now. I just want to enjoy the games. Like, this one tonight was fun. Yeah, and I'm not thinking about that.
Yeah, I like this here. Notice how we win when Galley scores.
I'll find it.
Shane, find me a stat. Nick Lemaire, our graphic designer, our co-host, our Brendan Gallagher on this show. That's right. I said it because she is. Nick works so hard. And I want to thank Nick. I want to give her a shout out right now because she's been searching for a new co-host to join us on Habs Tonight, which we will be announcing soon. We'll be letting that person know or persons know in the coming days. But she's been doing a tremendous job interviewing and finding more of you guys to join and be part of the Habs Tonight community. Because again, at the end of the day, this is all about you guys watching and being a part of this community, whether you're hosts or not, whether you're supporter, you're involved. This is it's funny to call it family, but we kind of have been. We've created this so quickly in the last 8-9 months. And we're just super grateful to have this show and share it with you guys. And we've needed some Habsitivity. We've needed it for a long time. So I will mention this, that if you want to support the Habsitivity movement, if you will, you can get your Habsitivity shirts and sweatshirts now. Beautiful new sweatshirt just released on habstonight.net. Check out all of our bios, including Dale Weiss's bio, all the new merch that's being released, some great winter stuff. We're not salespeople, but I mean, we sort of are sometimes. So
it's good stuff, man. It's good stuff.
Yeah, I got my hat too.
So sweet. So sweet.
There it is. But we really appreciate the support, you guys. And it's hard not to want to jump on and celebrate a win here. So we'll kind of get to wrapping up here, Shane. We've had a good show. A lot of people chiming in with some great thoughts. Anyone else going to the game in Detroit on Saturday? Well, it looks like Tom is. So if anyone wants to meet up with Tom,
good stuff, Tom. Send us some pictures, man.
Send us some pictures on Twitter. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, everywhere, as you all know. And Nick is the real MVP. That goes without saying.
Yes.
But it needs to be said sometimes too, because she works harder than all of us to keep this show growing. And so thanks to Nick. Just giving some, I'm rolling through some comments here, guys, because again, we really appreciate every one of you guys. So Stu is emotional tonight. All heart. I'm not sure which Stu you're referring to.
Every Stu, baby. Every Stu.
Okay.
So Drew, let me ask you.
Yes.
We've got some guys coming back, like you said. Drouin, Edmondson's making progress. We still have Niku in the stands and Norlinder, who's set to make his debut.
Yes, Matthias Norlinder.
There's going to be some line changes here. So, what are your predictions on that?
Well, I'm excited to see him. I think number one, and actually adding him into the lineup after a win. I don't know. I mean, I think Dom Ducharme's going to be a bit superstitious and might not want to change his lineup because we won. So I'm just curious who he's going to pair with. But I think Kulak's been quietly good too. Like, I think he's been bringing the puck up more. He's had some nice up ice rushes. So your question specifically was about say that again. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's Norlinder, there's Edmondson further down the line that are coming in.
Right.
Who would you move, take out, pair up with?
That's a tough call. I feel like it's hard because I don't want to take out Romy right now. He's been playing well. And I would take Kulak out, not because he's been playing bad, but just maybe see, if Norlinder can be a bit of a puck moving D, see what he can do with it. So you got to take somebody out. And I think Weidman's been playing too well. He's been playing on the power play. He was physically engaged in that scrum. Weidman almost got in a fight tonight, but the refs were breaking it up.
Yeah. I liked Weidman. He got an assist again tonight, so he's been playing okay. The only problem I feel with Weidman is, I guess, the size. I see him getting pushed aside too easily. But he is contributing. Like, he is our top D for the power play. He took Petrie's spot. That's how good he's been on the power play. So I don't really want to take him out just yet. And I'd have to say Kulak. He played a good game. Like, you can't take anything away from him, but
Yeah.
I just watched Norlinder play yesterday, and with my eyes, I can say that he is a better version of Kulak, right?
Well, I'm glad
Better
you brought that up.
defensively, better offensively, and has the same type of transition game as Kulak. So it's like an upgrade on Kulak, right? Whereas
Okay.
Weidman is a completely different type of player that you need on the ice. You need him on the power play. Savard, I could see the argument for taking him out. He has not been great this season. Tonight, better. If he tracks in that direction, we might have the guy we signed for, right? Kulak tonight had one shot on goal and one giveaway in 17 minutes. That is his stat line. So, he's been there. He's been making nice plays, but nothing comes out of it. It's just been a whole lot of maybes. So
Yeah.
I'd try. I would try Norlinder for Kulak one game. Let's see what happens. If there's a guy that's been that played a bad game, bring Kulak back, right? But the way I see it, Norlinder is a better Kulak. That's the best way I can put it.
Is he a power play guy too?
He is.
So Norlinder on the power play, because
he can move the puck, he can shoot it. This guy's deking everybody. My God, he was so slick yesterday. I saw him bring out the moves, and he's a defenseman, right? So I was pretty excited for that. Yeah, he's going to be something.
So more dynamic, like the comment down here.
Yeah, exactly. In every facet, I think he has more potential than Kulak. Yes.
Okay. Well, I like the sound of that, because you were. I'm glad that you brought it up. Shane was just at the Laval Rocket game last night. So, people saw Paling's goal, but what about Cole? What did you see in Cole's game yesterday? Good or bad?
Cole, you knew when Cole was on the ice, and that's not, a height statement. It's really because his presence was felt. He was controlling the puck. He had great vision. He had an assist on Paling's goal. Obviously, brought the puck in and made the right play there. But I can see him gaining his confidence. He had fun yesterday. That's what I noticed.
Okay,
he was smiling. He was chummy with the guys. He had fun, and that's what he's been missing, right? In having fun, he's going to gain his confidence back, and we're going to see him in Montreal in no time. I'm convinced. So I really liked his game yesterday. Paling was fantastic yesterday. Again, we saw it tonight. This guy wants to play here, and Norlinder was the best defenseman on the team yesterday. So I'm excited again. Very excited.
Yeah, that's awesome. We're going to take one more caller. I think it's going to be Nick. He's going to be coming on shortly, and Nick was one of our regular callers, so we'll get there momentarily. But that's great to hear, man, because I think what fans would like to know is how these guys are progressing when they are in Laval, right? So, like from Paling's game tonight with Belzile and Pizzetta, I don't need to see anything. Like, I don't need you to put up points, but just, even if it just means like you're just keeping the puck out of your own end for the 8 minutes that you're playing, I don't care. Like, just do something positive, right? So, but I didn't have any issue with their line. But do you think that we need to see more out of Armia? I think the line pairing needs to change with Yoel Armia, because I think he has too much talent to play him with bottom six.
It's kind of like a Paling situation where our wingers are so good this year, and Armia is kind of like the guy who's penalized for that. He's playing well, just nothing coming out of it. Again tonight, what is it? Got one shot, 2 hits, 1 block in 16 minutes. He's got some PK and power play time, but I think he's the kind of guy that once he gets a goal, he'll get rolling. And he's a streaky guy, kind of like Lehkonen, where they get 2 goals a game, and then they go a little streak without scoring, and then they get 2. It's really weird, but I would like to see something happen with that. I don't know what. Well, that's in Duchamp's hands, but I think maybe moving him in the lineup could potentially help.
All right. Well, with that, we're going to bring on Nick to the show, one of our returning callers. Nick, what's going on, brother?
I'm good. We won, so I mean, fuck, I'm happy.
Well said.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. We can only see your face. I don't know if you want to tilt your camera just so we can see more of you, Nick. Not to complain, but
good?
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Sorry, it was like on an angle. Sorry.
No, it's all good, man. So what were your takeaways from the game tonight?
Well, I didn't watch all the games, so I only watched like half of it because I was at work. So I mean,
You saw the part that mattered. They won.
yeah, I saw the score. Yeah, I think we played like I watched the third period and half the second. So what I watched, we looked really good. I think it was better than the last game. I mean, obviously, like the result too, but
yeah.
I think I'm just happy that we won. Honestly, what was I gonna say? Like seriously, every time.
That's okay.
Dang, like I swear, I come on here. Before I come on here, I have stuff to say, and I just completely forget. Like it's like
Write it down. Write it down on a piece of paper.
Damn, I should.
It's all good, man.
I was gonna pick on something Shane said that we were in the middle. That now I remember that we need the word like a direction, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like we need more of a direction, like where we want to go in the future. Because it seems like you just want to be like average. If like that's what it seems like. If you can,
like the team is settling for less. You mean?
We're settling for mediocre. We're not settling for like. Because we want to be like where Tampa is, like they're like that's where we want to be. Obviously, we want to be like winning things, like winning trophies, winning the Stanley Cup year after year. I mean, you're not gonna, but like obviously, yeah. It's just...
I think too. Honestly, a lot of fans have been talking about a rebuild, and I mentioned this the other day. I think it was on Postgame with Nick. Was that this team just isn't built for that? So, frankly, the way Bergerman's built this team and
He's built it to win. Yeah,
he's built it to win and to win, like build through the draft. I mean, it's too early to say because the team is still, going through a lot of ups and downs. But at the end of the day, like this team just isn't designed for a rebuild, and it's going to be extremely hard to just ship off a bunch of contracts that you just signed. Yeah,
with this, like before the season, I didn't like. I was like 50-50 on this season. I thought we could be where we are, or we could be like really high. Like I thought. It could go either way. I was thinking I still think we're going to be like in the middle again. Like I think we'll like just stay in the middle. We won't like progress, I guess you could say. I think we'll have like a better season, but I mean, again, it's like what 20 games in, not even that. Yeah,
it's about 14. Yeah, I think that was our fourth win, and we lost in overtime. So
it's 15,
16. I think it's 16. But
okay, yeah, 16. Okay,
yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it's 15. It's 15. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, it's not too far in the season to say. Like, I mean, we have to really wait till like halfway, like 40 games, like around that to actually say where we are. Like, because I think
good news. Yeah.
Yeah, because to really give a actual judgment, because again, 15 games really doesn't say much. What else was I gonna say? The refs weren't actually that bad tonight. I know you said Shane,
they got better. They got better as it went along, but
I think the Pizzetti one, I understand it why they gave it. Like he did cross check him, but like it
was soft, so soft.
Yeah, but
I'll never stand by that.
No. But like they said though that they're going to cut the cross checks out of the game.
Yeah, but again, it's a problem of inconsistency, right? Because if they called every single cross check, I'd be fine with that penalty, but they don't. That's the thing. They set out to like, oh yeah, we're going to eliminate cross checking. That's bullshit. There's like so many cross checks.
I know it happens in the game anyway, but yeah,
they called there was three. There was three after Gallagher's goal.
Yeah,
but there was a penalty. There was penalties, but still,
yeah. But they weren't that bad. I will say that they weren't that.
Like there's been a lot worse. A lot worse. No. Honestly, I think they get like a lot of hate. Like sometimes, like they get like undeserved hate, if you could say. Like the
refs.
Yeah, like come on, like
it's the hardest, most unenviable position in the National Hockey League.
Like I understand some of the calls tonight, like again the Pizzetti one, and then what I would have said, like if I were the ref, I mean, I'm not a referee, I would have given both because again it was a 2-man in on it. He got punched in the face.
Yeah.
So it would have been fair if he said the cross check and then the third man in, but
That's
he
it.
didn't.
At least call both. At least call both. And what'd you think of the Paling? Like, he got clipped in the face, but he was bleeding from his mouth, and they gave it 2 minutes. What do you think about that?
No, that's a 4.
That's a 4. See, that's always been a thing with me. Like, the bleeding resulting 4 minutes. That's like, okay, yeah, blood is the equivalent of how hard the hit was. Like, that makes no sense. That rule has never stuck with me. I hate it. And again tonight, it's shown that it's not like liable. Like, come on, he's bleeding from his mouth. He's literally like doing this. Like, yeah, I'm bleeding, and you gave it 2. What is what are the rules? Like, it's so hodgy-podgy. I don't get it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, I think it was in the Vegas series, trying to remember, that they called is it Petrangelo? No, like it's
No. I know what you're talking about and exactly what you're saying. Yeah, that Vegas
like he
series
hit him, but it was like a follow through. It was like a follow through. I didn't even know that was a rule, like that they didn't call follow throughs, because like he hit the puck and then it was a follow through technically. So they reviewed it, which I didn't even know you could do. I thought they just made it up. I thought it was like
exactly. Didn't bleed fast enough. He had to bite his lip or something. Like, come on.
That's what they always tell you. You got to bite your lip. All right, I almost called you Damen. Thanks for coming on, Nick. We always appreciate it, brother.
Thank you.
And we'll see you again soon. Keep watching, keep supporting. We always appreciate it, man.
Yep, obviously.
Take care, man. All right. Well, a lot of feedback, and actually, we're going to address this because we have a clip going to be coming out in the next couple of days. Do you think that the Habs should tank for the 2022 draft? Tanking is not a thing.
Nope.
Okay, so just so Hamid knows, we're going to address that, and specifically not us, Dale. We specifically addressed this very question about tanking, and if NHL players are ever on board to do it. He will answer that shortly on a clip, or you can check out the full episode, and it's in there. So, like Jeff said here, hint. So, anyways, I like what there was a comment up here that I thought was hilarious from Martin. Shane has so much ref-gativity. I don't even know. He's like, sorry, Shane.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I thought that was funny.
See, I have to call it out, right? It's my job. I have to call it out. I'm always like, I always try to be on the ref side. I always try to see, okay, from different angles. Maybe he saw this, maybe he saw that. Tonight, I couldn't wrap my head around it. Like, I try to stay away from the ref talk because it sounds whiny. I don't like people who blame the refs and shit. But calls like that, and it's common around the league too. We're not the only teams who are getting the butt end of it. Like,
right,
it's consistency around the league that needs to be improved. It's the rule book, and there's just so much gray zone that, like, teams don't know how to prepare. Teams don't know how to respond to certain situations, and I think it's unfortunate. It sucks for them.
Right. I like this comment too from Sarah. No way, tanking doesn't help anyways. It's a lottery. That's right. There's no guarantees that you're going to get a top 3 pick anyways. So we're not thinking about that right now. Let's pile up some more wins, shall we? But with that in mind, Shaner, we did have a request for someone else to jump on live, but we are done for the night. So if you want to come on next time, just subscribe. Find us anytime we're on live for any show, pregame, postgame, Autour de la Ligue, your show, Shaner, your French show for our French fan base on Mondays. You can catch right here. Autour de la Ligue, which in other words means around the league. But lots of great stuff. Today is Thursday. We're going to have a Crushing Cans episode coming up soon with the boys. Going to try to jump on Sundays, I think, with Dale. Try to keep that on schedule as best as we can. But going to wrap up here, Shaner. But we'll mention really quickly again, if you want to support the Habs Tonight show in any way, you can get merchandise right on our website, habstonight.net. Follow us on all social media platforms. And, of course, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate all the support. And we love to give you guys great content as much as we possibly can. So with that, Shaner, we'll wrap up. And thanks for the text, man. It was fun to jump on and talk about another W because daggone it, we need it. We needed it.
There's not many. It was, we had to jump on tonight. And also quick shout out at the end here for Jake Allen. I mean, we got to give a hand for that guy because he all season long, without him, we have no wins really. And tonight in the final minute, he kept us in there. Throughout the game, he kept us in there really. So shout out to Jake Allen. We love you, buddy.
Jake the Snake Allen himself,
Oh, yeah.
ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, you got that right. He's a New Brunswick boy too, I think, which Brando loves. And also, they showed a stat before the game on RDS, Shaner, that he has the most minutes played, I think, by any goalie in the NHL right now. Jake Allen.
He's up there in saves as well. I think he's like top 4 or top 3, maybe something like that.
Like I couldn't believe Rene Lavoie said last week or a week and a half ago that the Habs' biggest problem is goaltending. I'm like, which games are you watching? Anyway, but anyway, that's besides the point.
To him.
So got to call out media when we need to. So gonna hear it from us.
Go.
So thanks for watching, folks. Habs tonight signing off. We really appreciate the support once again. Go Habs, go. Let's keep it rolling. We just beat another team, and it was not Detroit, ladies and gentlemen. It was not Detroit. So let's enjoy it. Go Habs, go. And thanks for jumping on, Shaner.
Good night, everyone.